And we're live. I wanted to wait short, but it got dead on the dot at 7 o'clock, so that's why I didn't start it. So apologies for the other day that we didn't have the internet and all that, but as you know, it with a metal van and all that, it's highly understandable you don't get any internet.
Yeah. Well, it seems to be much better today. It seems to be running smoothly. So.
Yeah, I've connected via my hotspot today because our internet's playing up here and we've not got anyone coming out till Tuesday to check it and all that. But hey ho, we can't do anything else really.
Yeah, if they say Tuesday, you can't rush them, can you? So.
No. So, question one: what do you think should be done in LGBT groups in the media?
I think we need a more balanced collection of stories out there. We see a lot of very targeted ones, isn't it? That are for an agenda. Sadly, a lot of people have an agenda in the media. So a lot more content would be good, so people can see that we're regular people too. It's not just that part of us. I don't know if people are aware, but you can actually submit stories to newspapers and things via, and they usually have an online news desk, and they're always looking for stories. So if more were put forward, we've got more chance of them being picked up on. And it'd be good to have sort of positive stories, but regular stories, like this person did this, which is awesome. Oh, and they are part of the LGBTQ plus community as well, rather than we seem to only get ones that, oh, this person because they're gay or this person because they're trans. It's the leading line, isn't it? Which is great, but it'd be good to have it where we're more than that, and then that is also part of our package.
I know what you mean, next question. It doesn't really involve media, but by all accounts it does involve media because it's about your book. Tell me a bit about your book, and what it is about.
Yeah, it's I Am Noah, a hybrid story. So it was to break the sort of presumption some people had that I was facing, that they assumed when you were trans, you sort of got on this production line and everything was decided for you. You had to take everything in one go. So I wrote it in a very conversational manner, a bit like how we're talking now, bit biographical, but looking at the fact that actually being transgender, what is it? The truth about it, but actually things are each individual choice. Our transition journey is made up of a lot of choices, and where the hybrid story part comes from is part of my choices, which I explain in the book, is not to have testosterone and not to have bottom surgery. So that would be, some people say, oh, but you're stuck in that middle. And the way I look at it is I take the best of everything I have and make a hybrid of myself. I don't have to have all of that to be a valid trans man. I'm a valid trans man, and then I make the decisions of which part of the journey to take.
You've probably got a few responses from people about your book. So what do you hope people get from the book?
A nice, easy to read understanding, I think, because there's so many misinformation out there, isn't there? So many unknowns. So it was to do really, you can read it with no knowledge of transgender whatsoever or with knowledge, and it still is an interesting book, but explains it in a way everyone can understand and think, oh, that makes sense now. And that's why I applied it biographically. So it wasn't just theoretical. It was, this is the part of this, and then this is how I've had to apply that decision making in my life. So I hope it gives understanding and maybe a little bit of empathy as well to the fact that people don't have to fit these standards of looking like a man to be accepted as
a man. Next question. Do you plan to write any more books?
I would love to. I love being an author. The only problem is it's very, very time consuming. That book took well over a year to write. So at any point that I'll be able to fit it into my life, I will be writing more. But at the moment, to have that consistent time I can dedicate it, it's sadly not in the diary at the minute.
Oh, I've already asked this question and it's near enough the same about media and all that. So this is not going to make sense. I'm trying to think of the last question, the fifth question, because it's near enough the same as question one, saying about the media to know more about different orientations. You think they need to know more, but it's near enough the same as question one if you think about it.
it is a different angle as well. I think we need more representation, but I think people do think of LGBT. They know those four, but the rest of the identities within our community, I think, are very underrepresented. So a lot of people, even though they'll understand trans, then they don't understand what non-binary is or other identities. So I think as well as the community getting more representation and regular stories, I think especially for those lesser known again identities, education and information and understanding is crucial for people to accept you. So I think it is really important for them to get more press time as well.
We don't really have any more questions because I can't really think of any. Can you? Or any stuff you want to talk about?
Well, I think another angle with the media that would be really good is to get more people from our community in the jobs. You know, be a journalist or be a news reporter or all of these roles. If we can get more representation in that side as well as being able to say about more stories, they'll understand more the importance of those stories. So I think it's a longer term goal because it takes time to train people and get them into the role. But I'd love to see more LGBTQ plus people like reading the news, writing the news, you know, and being involved, TV presenting even.
Such as Owain and all them kind of people.
Sorry?
Such as Owain and them kind of people.
Yeah, excuse me. And having, you know, that visibility on telly. Get it. You're in trouble. What?
Apologies for that.
That's all right, love.
I was getting called for pudding.
Oh, right, okay.
So what you were saying, so what you were saying.
Yeah, so getting more people into the media, because I think another thing on a more general scale. Sorry, my dog's about to jump on my lap. Bear with me a second.
It's all right.
There we go. He just leaps like a cat, so I better pick him up or he lands on the laptop. And the other thing I think is the news system seems to have lost a lot of integrity across the board. It's not just representing our community, but have you seen you see the news story and the way it's written and it's twisted, it's sort of scaremongering people and it's causing anxiety and negativity. And I think even if the media just took a breath, started addressing things factually, worrying about their integrity, that would help us as a community. And I think across the board, because there's so much confusion now with all this false news coming out. And sadly, the newspapers are one of the sources, aren't they? So.
Yeah. We need more stuff like this, doing like lives and getting more people to join. Like I'm doing one tomorrow with this guy from America, and we're just having an odd chit chat. He's just getting to know my channel, and I want him just to get to know my channel. But yeah, I think we need a few more people like yourself. Oh God, I'm chucking melon about while I'm trying to eat it. Yeah, we need live streams like this with like you and other people like yourself and people like us. Just not one person. We need like, I don't know. I think you have to have a premium for more people to go in the live. I don't know how many you have to, but you have to have quite a premium account on here, I think, to have quite a few. But yeah, we need more live streams like this and more people to join to talk as well.
Yeah, and I think having not just the stereotypes represented. I don't know if you've noticed that a lot of time when they do their tick box of, oh, we're inclusive, they'll have the stereotypes, and it's not just about the LGBTQ plus, it's with race and everything and gender. They keep going for these stereotypes to just tick boxes. It's like, let's get some genuine people there who show another side. We're all very different, aren't we? We're not just the stereotype. So let's have people that are breaking the stereotype on television as well. But it seems very slow, the media is to catch up, don't they?
Without a doubt.
And that's where social media is more flexible, isn't it? We can do stuff here, isn't it, which we couldn't get into the main media, but we can take control here and do lives and do different things and be visible, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I love about your lives when you're doing with gender and all that. Like, you talk about odd stuff, like if someone's feeling down, you check up on them. If they're feeling happy one day and they're talking about what they've done today, you say, well, yeah, I've done this, such a thing today. And that.
Yeah, it's that community, isn't it? That being real with people, isn't it? It's like, if you're down, right, let's support you. Let's have this community. And if you're up, well, we'll celebrate that as well, because life is full of a mixture, isn't it? So it's not picking one bit and going, I'm just going to be part of that. That's on the lives I try to be. Well, I'll be part of it all. If you're in tears, if you're angry, if you're happy, let's just have a place you can safely express that, isn't it? And sort of not have a put down. Because sadly, a lot of things online are very judgmental, aren't they? It's like, because it releases the good, but it releases the bad as well, isn't it? You get backlash sometimes with some people.
Well, that was like a live the other day I was watching. Someone thought it was a good idea because some woman had lost her, you know what, things due to cancer and that, and people were on the live like saying, oh yeah, poverty's about, can't you afford a t-shirt, there's a lot of poverty about, go to a charity shop and get a t-shirt and that. And it's like, why are you even saying that? Why are you even getting involved in their business?
It's for a reaction, isn't it? They'll say whatever they think will get them a reaction, and that type of person, they haven't got, like with us, we'd love positive feedback and we don't really want negative. With them, they don't care. Be horrible to them, be nice to them. As long as you're giving them attention, that's all they care about. And sadly, because their standards of attention has dropped, they'll drop to a very low level to trigger that attention and be very, very hurtful sometimes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So that's why on my main TikTok, I don't usually go live, because I've got a lot of people that come on there and I'm constantly deleting a lot of comments. And I think on a live, there would be so many sort of causing trouble. That's why I keep it to my smaller account then, which we guard very, very strictly to try and make sure it stays that safe environment for everyone then.
But most of them are probably bots on that other account that just have got nothing better to do than say, oh, come and join me in this chat room and all that kind of rubbish. It's like, we're not interested.
I'm lucky enough to get those. See, you get those ones. I don't. I get the, like, you know, all the slagging off ones. I do. You seem to have the ones where they go, oh, come and join me in a chat. And I get the ones where they just slag me off. So it's like, I just delete them. Because the way I look at it is like, it doesn't bother me. You know, you say something, I just make them disappear, because I know that the biggest thing that they don't want to happen is to be irrelevant. They want a reaction. So I just delete. It's the biggest power you have on social media, is that delete button, because you've just made them have the one thing they didn't want, which is no reaction at all, sort of thing. So I enjoy my delete button.
That's what I mean. Have we got anything else to talk about?
What do you want to cover? Just LGBTQ plus stuff, or other stuff in general, or how broad do you want the topic?
How broad do you want to go? I don't want to go too extreme, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
but
I know.
We can go a bit extreme.
Well, Strictly, I know it's not totally media, but Strictly has announced 2 same-sex couples this year, which is a sort of step in the right direction.
Yeah.
But still, it's still very much what would be the word? Old school. I don't know. I know they're doing bits to move forward. It just doesn't feel like a lot of progress. It's been such slow, drawn out progress, but it is something. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Still, I feel like some need to support LGBT and same sex and all that, but some, as we all know, it's down to the religion and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes I
religion
struggle.
is a bit of an excuse because I'm a Christian and I still can accept all of my community. So, you know, a lot of the stuff that you find, like, I won't speak about other religions, I'll just speak about my own, which is Christianity, is that it was a man dominated belief system for a very long time, and things were added in the 1900s. That when you go back to the original, the Greek and the Hebrew, and you translate it directly from there, it doesn't say the same thing. So often, when what they weaponize against people isn't a true translation anyway. So it's being used as part of an agenda. And the problem is that when you link faith with something, because I was brought up in Christianity, you know, you trust your elders, you trust the ministers, you trust those people to have done their homework. And they are then telling you, but then it's linked to belief. And you think, if I challenge it, am I challenging my beliefs? When what I've realized as I grew older was, because I studied to be a local preacher and we started looking at translations and stuff, was it's not challenging the belief if you are looking at what you've been told, and you should challenge what you've been told. You know, is it true? Are they really going back to true translations and things? And I think it's good sometimes to question, although in those communities I know there's a lot where any questioning is ruled out if you don't have total absolute faith. And I know how difficult it is to break free of that. And I think that is up to the religious leaders then to be leading the way with, you know, promoting acceptance and love then instead of division.
All that stuff about, like, they say it should be Adam and Eve. Well, it's not. It's
the Adam and Steve instead of Adam and Eve one. Yeah.
It does my head in.
Well, my argument with that one is, well, what creator would be silly enough to not make the perfect procreation couple as the first two? It doesn't matter. That doesn't mean you always have to be that. But if you're the first pair on Earth and they don't want to have kids, it's not going to work, is it? You're not going to populate the Earth. So it was nothing to do with whether heterosexuality was the way forward. It was that's the way that they could naturally procreate, as there's only two of them. It was nothing to do with you're not allowed to be any other variation. That's silly, isn't it? It's just.
But where did it even go there? That's what I wonder. Where did it even go from there with Adam and Eve and their kids? You never heard anything about them getting married or anything, or having kids or anything like that.
Yeah, in the Bible, it covers their kids and the genealogy then right the way through down to Abraham and stuff. So most people have heard of Cain and Abel, but there was a lot more. And then it all follows down, and they actually have the line where you can follow from Adam to King David and things. It's all in the Old Testament, but it's not very often read because it's heavy reading those books. So.
Yeah. Can't really think of any more stuff really, apart from what we've spoken about.
That's okay. It's been good to chat to you again. And tech has gone okay. I couldn't get on last time. I've managed to work it out this time.
Yeah. Okay then. Thank you for joining.
That's all right, love. If you want to do this again in a few weeks' time, let me know.
I will do. Okay, thank you.
Take care, though.
Yeah, will do. Bye.
Bye.
So that was my live with Noah, guys. So that's mostly about it from me. Oh, hi, Bobby. Well, I won't go for a minute. Bobby, Bootie, that would you like to join the live? Oh, 1 minute, guys. I know it was with Noah, but if you want to join, you can. You're more than welcome. I'll just edit the title. Watermelon. Would you like to join the live? So, if you want to join the live, I'll edit it. Are you on computer or anything? Watermelon I was eating, but if you want to join the live, I'll add it. You're more than welcome to join. You still live? Sorry guys, I'm just one of the subscribers has just joined us on that, so I'm just checking if they want to join. Have you got an iPad nearby? A charged iPad or anything? Are you able to join tomorrow with me and Which New Design? Rough night. Have you got a Facebook page or anything? One minute, I'm just gonna edit this guy. Oh, 1 Oh, do you? You have an Instagram, do you? What's it called? Bootie on the beat? In the Guru chat. What's the Guru chat? Guru chat. Guru chat. What's that? Do you mean Crazy Frog? Do you mean 1 minute, guys? Do you mean this guy? Do you mean this guy? 1 minute, guys. Do you mean this guy? Fanatic Guru. Do you mean this guy? Fanatic. This guy? Do you mean this guy?
Storytelling हमारे
That guy? Do you mean him? Do you mean that guy? This guy? Him? Or do you mean, which new design? Nicholas basketball cards. The name rings a bell. What's the name again? What's the name again? Boo. Say it on the beat. Sorry, sorry guys. I didn't expect the live to be this long, but hey ho. Fanatic card guru. Do you mean this guy? Let me find it. You mean this? Do you mean him? Do you mean that one? Do you mean that one? Bootsy on the beach. Do you mean that one? Oh, can I get just space if I go like this? What? Alright. Thank you, old man. Does his name used to be Two Chief Wahoo Vintage Adventures? Hello, Ben. Oh, yeah. Hello. If you find it, is that why you met me? Yeah. How many years ago was that? Let me see if I can find your boot. What's funny? What's it? What's your Instagram and I'll follow you on there. Is it Bootsy on the beat? Boot.
I'm ashamed to come down.
What's your Instagram, love? What's your Instagram? What's your Instagram?
What? I'm ready to talk.
What's your Instagram, Bootsy? Just trying to see if I can find you. Oh, that was on my top. Julie, what's your Instagram? What's your Instagram, Bootsy? I'm gonna finish this live now, guys. Bye. I'm gonna finish this live now, guys. Bye. Okay then, guys. Bye.